Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about tipping points and what happens when the Earth's balance breaks. So let's get started. Earth systems can actually shift very suddenly. Small changes in the Earth's system can trigger big or rapid effects throughout the globe, and tipping points can cause irreversible and sudden changes that we may not expect. So, what is a tipping point? A tipping point is a threshold that, once crossed, can lead to very rapid and unexpected change, and this change can become reinforcing. It can worsen and worsen over time, and once again this is often very unexpected and even irreversible. Our globally we're actually getting very close to many different tipping points that are all interconnected. So let's talk about it. Some examples of Earth's tipping points can be the ice sheet collapse in Greenland or West Antarctica, and this ice loss can not only accelerate, but it can be linked to other things such as permafrost melting and forest fires, Atlantic circulation of the ocean currents, and so on. The thawing of the permafrost that is related to this can also release methane into the atmosphere that can cause even more warming and even more global change because all of the systems within the Earth, the parts of the Earth systems, are interconnected globally. And feedback loops actually help drive this shift. Positive feedback loops can speed up or accelerate or worsen one single change. An example would be the melting of ice. So now that we are experiencing global warming, more snow and ice is melting. At a rapid scale in large regions, and because snow and ice is melting, it's revealing darker surfaces of the Earth, more darker surfaces that are revealed on the Earth that actually are reducing the albedo. Albedo is the amount of sunlight that is reflected from the Earth's surface. If we have darker surfaces, then darker surfaces will absorb more sunlight. So now that snow and ice is melting and darker surfaces are being revealed and less sunlight is being reflected and more of it is actually being absorbed, this is actually increasing the temperature of the Earth further, and this is causing more snow and ice to melt, causing this loop that we're experiencing that is causing not only rapid change, but it's accelerating this change. So these feedback loops make change harder to stop. What happens when we cross the threshold? Systems may appear stable for a long time on the surface until a threshold is reached. And when we reach this threshold or tipping point, we're actually in a new state. A lot of times it's irreversible. We can't go back to our normal state, and returning to the old state may even become impossible. An example will be it may be our coral versus algae dominated systems. So when we have a thriving fish or a healthy fish population, it actually helps the coral in our oceans, because all this the fish are there to eat the algae and maintain a balance of the amount of algae that is present. But as we're changing the Earth system globally, it's also affecting not only our ocean currents but our biodiversity, our life in general, and it's decreasing our fish population. And because the fish population is decreasing, thus, algae is being consumed by the fish and causing us to move to a state of a more algae dominated system. So, if we're going, in this case, in this example, the threshold is 30% of the fish biomass, or the amount of fish present. If we cross that threshold, if enough fish die, then there won't be enough fish to eat the algae, and therefore it may become a completely algae dominated system, a complete system change that is irreversible, and this can lead to more death of more corals. So, tipping points can trigger surprises because one tipping point can trigger others. There can be a cascading effect. We talked about the ice melting, this which can lead to the disruption of the ocean currents, and this can lead to the disruption of the ecosystems in different regions, and this can lead to the disruption of the coral reefs and the rainforest and so on. So one local change can cause global change, and it can worsen and worsen through feedback loops. So why do tipping points matter? Earth's balance can shift faster than we expect. Some changes are irreversible on human timescales, and knowing these risks helps us act early. We have so many tipping points that we're getting very close to, so we need to understand them, and we need to understand the connections between these tipping points so we can act early. In the next video, we're going to talk about Earth, what Earth was like before human impact, the pre Anthropocene Earth system. We're going to learn about how natural forces shaped the planet for millions of years before we started impacting the Earth. That's it. Thank you.